Virgos, hi! Welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I have shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the center card in the first part of the reading. So if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started for our Virgos. Let's find out what can you expect coming up in your lives for Virgos. Any advice is always welcome. All cards are male or female. Wow, getting a lot of cards here, Virgo. Let's see. And yeah, that one wants out. Okay, let's see what we have for our Virgos. Oh man, looks like your hopes were dashed. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so we have cards left for the second part of the reading. The overall energy is the Ace of Pentacles. This is that offer of commitment, security, stability. This is surrounding your entire reading. Let's find out why. Up here in your highest energy, the Fool. Now the Fool is fun. The Fool is carefree, throwing caution to the wind, living in the moment. But what happens is if you're in a relationship like this, let's say you leap into a relationship and just threw caution to the wind and it was so fun, but it looks like you came to the edge of a cliff, and that's what happens. And so you pull your head out of the clouds and you start to look towards the future. Well, normally both people don't do that at the same time. So this is why it's called the Fool's energy. These are the two strongest energies in your entire reading. So already it feels like you were in a relationship. You decided that you would like more from it, and you weren't getting it. With the Fool card here, and I feel like you weren't getting it, especially because I have the Nine of Swords right next to the Fool and above the Ace of Pentacles. And the Nine of Swords is really being in your thoughts. I mean, torturous over and over. It's like, oh, how did I get myself into this? I wish I hadn't, got so involved in this relationship, whatever it might be. And those swords, any quiet times, they just creep in. But these are swords of truth and clarity. So it's good to have them coming in. It's just a bad place to be while it's happening. So you were hoping that this relationship, now I must point out that this was and is a very strong soulmate relationship, C7, but you were hoping for union between the two of you and joy and all this love and possibly marriage. That's where your heart was. And you really wanted this commitment. I just don't feel like they were ready. I have the Five of Swords under the Fool card. So I think there was another energy attached to them. Either they were seeing someone else, or someone was influencing their decisions in this relationship. Maybe they were still married or something like that. But you are picking up those swords of truth and clarity, and you are letting them fade off into the distance along with their other energy. Okay? So, that's next to the Ace of Pentacles. So you're like giving up on, this pentacle with them. I have the Page of Swords, and it's, looking right at the Ace of Pentacles, and it's right below the Four of Wands. So your sword is up now. You're in self-protection mode. You're not like swinging it all over the place. You just decided to watch out for yourself, to be more careful in your ventures moving forward, and keeping your sword up and being aware of the truth and the clarity of what you get yourself into. I have the Five of Pentacles under the Five of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles is about feeling rejected, left alone, maybe even ghosted in some cases, left out in the cold. So I feel like you're in this place of loneliness. I think you're missing them even though you had to let them go. You still have your eye on this pentacle, though. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the whole thing. It's this reading saying keep your eye on that pentacle. That's what you want. That's what you should get. And you need a stable and secure relationship. And you're trying to foresee your future here. Is the pentacle, is the stable and loving relationship out there that you're looking for? Well, as you move forward, keep your eye on that pentacle. I have the chariot here, which means you will be moving forward, and it's under the Ace of Swords. Take that sword with you, take that pentacle with you, okay? This is the card for Cancer, so Cancer might be strong in your chart or someone else is around this reading. The chariot, now you can move forward pretty fast if you feel up to it. You can snap those reins, those sphinxes can get up and really move you forward quickly, or you can just kind of move forward. But remember, is the advice here, keep your sword up and keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the pentacle. Look for the truth. Look for the clarity in the next relationship that comes along. Virgos, what else do we have for you here? Wow. I was thinking the Six of Swords would come up when I was looking at the chariot. I just don't feel like you're going to move fast forward. I think you're just going to kind of move forward. For Virgos, 3 more cards here. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Virgos, King of Cups. Right next to the Four of Wands. You had to pull back that huge cup of love. You have love for this person that you're having to let go. Because it's just not going anywhere. This is what happened. You jumped into a relationship and you're getting feelings and the same thing isn't quite happening on the other side. So you pull back that giant cup of love. This is a card for water, so that'd be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But there you are with that huge cup of love. Very mature thinking, and you just like pulled it back because you really didn't have a choice. But next to the King of Cups is the Ten of Cups. There we are. You know, you're holding out for that relationship to hand that cup of love out. This is an equal exchange of love. That's what, now you're like, oh, this is what I need. I need somebody who's going to love me back in return. I can't be the only one who loves them. So this is union between two people. There's children dancing. Very loving, enjoyable card. Lots of joy. It's a lot like the Four of Wands. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is wonderful because it's up on your highest energy line next to the Ten of Cups. The universe is involved, and the wheel is spinning. So it's taking you toward the better, Wheel of Fortune, toward the better. So you can't stop it. Once it gets started, you cannot stop it. So there's other energies at play here in your life. And there are strong energies, and they're helping you to move forward, and that's always for a reason. I have the Six of Swords under the King of Cups and next to the Page of Swords. There's that Six of Swords, moving away from those rocky waters. And if you look at the 5, actually, look at the 5 of Swords. See those waters? They're all rocky. They're all kind of rocky back there. You're moving away from that. You're picking up these swords of truth and clarity as you move along. And this is what's helping you get to the other side of the lake where it's peaceful and a much more quiet, peaceful, calm place in your life. It's going to take work pushing the boat with a pole, but you're doing it and you're getting there. So you're not moving fast, but you're doing it. I have the 7 of Wands next to the 6 of Swords and under the 10 of Cups. So I think they try to communicate. I think they try to come in with some communication, and I just don't think you want to entertain that communication. I think your guard is up, and you don't really believe everything that they're saying. And I think you really kind of feel the wheel, and the wheel is trying to push you forward. And I just think that you're ready to put them behind you, the old relationship. I have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is under the Wheel of Fortune. This is the most actionable card in the whole deck. So there you are. You got your sword of truth and clarity up. And you are taking charge of yourself. And I think that's part of you blocking that conversation You're ready to move forward. So you made up your mind. You want to move forward, and this is exactly what you're going to do, and they're not going to come in and move you backwards. I have the Death card here, and this is another reason I know you don't want to go backwards. So the Death card is a card for Scorpio, so Scorpio might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is all about the end of the old, the beginning of the new. It's a card of transformation. So, there you are. You're moving forward. It's a card of transformation. You're picking up your swords of truth and clarity, and you are moving forward. You're becoming yourself again. The Empress, a lot of times, I shouldn't say they get taken advantage of, but they take these leaps of faith a lot, like your whole reading started, because they like to see the best in people. This is your energy, whether you're a male or a female. You're kind, you're loving, you're supportive, you're generous, you're forgiving. You see the best in people. Now, beautiful qualities for being a human being here on Earth. So make sure whoever it is that you move forward with, because I think they're bringing you this Ten of Cups here as you move forward. Make sure they have a lot of those same qualities, so this relationship can become grounded and can become committed and very, very loving. This is the card for Libra or Taurus, so one of those might be strong in your chart or around this reading. So Virgos, I have the Page of Wands next to the Empress and under the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I think you're making a declaration to yourself. I mean, it's like brewing from the bottom of your feet. It's going to come out your mouth, and you're holding that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. And you're on a new venture in your life, a new life cycle. This Wheel of Fortune is pulling you forward, and I think you just made a declaration that you will not, throw caution to the wind again. That you will be much more careful in moving forward, and you are going to seek the truth and seek the clarity from whoever wants to come into your life. So, taking control, doing the things you need to do, moving forward. You're going to come out of this place of loneliness, and you're just going to start moving forward is what you're doing in this reading. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, it is probably not your reading. I would check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self, or get a private reading from somebody that you trust. I'm going to take out a guardian angel card. This may or may not have to do with this reading. Take from it what you will. Sometimes it just confirms the reading. So let's see where this goes for Virgos. Okay, let's find out. Glasses on here. Pull out your angel card, Virgo. Yeah, right there. This card is the end of action. I'm going to read this to you. You're working too hard. The angels are asking you to find a healthy balance between your career and your personal life. Be willing to ask for help from others in order to lighten your load so that you can take better care of yourself. Yes, you do need to take care of yourself here. Straining to make others happy can be harmful to your health. So focus on you. And I think that's what you're doing. You have your sword up here. You're in self-protectant mode. You're going to seek the truth and the clarity to try to save yourself from going through these other types of energies again. Really good advice. So, Virgos, this is your reading. And thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.